Motogp World Championship here in Sepang. In the rain, in the spray is underway.
Marquez got an exceptional start from the second row of the grid, but it was Jorge Lorenzo that got the best drag off the line. It will be Lorenzo surely that gets the whole shot. Marquez is already up in the second place, squeezes Valentino Rossi out one, that run down to the first corner. Marquez is in a bit hot though, runs a little bit wide. Dovizioso's back up into third place, you know, he looks like he's in fifth, he is. Rossi pushed back to fourth then.
Safely through, everybody safely through turn 2 up to turn 3, that fast right-hander through the spray, you can hardly see the bikes, and then up the hill towards turn 4 is have a look at Count Crutchlow, and it is Dovizioso on the brakes that takes the lead. No, and in fact he's back in third place, it's still Lorenzo, Marquez and Dovizioso.
Yeah, Lorenzo got a superb launch off that third place on the front row of the grid. Crowd Crutchlow was having a look up the inside of Polispargo, and Marquez around the outside of Jorge Lorenzo. That's brave in the extreme. Brilliant by Marquez. Brave and brilliant at the same time. Lorenzo's back to third now. Dovizioso's pushed him back into that third place. Dovizioso's now attacking Marquez for the lead. Great drive by Dovizioso. The Italian leads here in Malaysia.
Yeah, fancies his chances here, does Andre Dovizioso. They're coming up towards turn 9, favourite overtaking place. This is where the rain on the... Rossi loves this corner on the brakes. Valentino Rossi, has he got into second place?
There was definite contact there as well between Iannone and Jorge Lorenzo. Cash your minds back to their Barcelona clash. So Lorenzo and Iannone touching down at turn number 9. Rossi came from fourth, brilliantly up the inside of Lorenzo and Marquez on the brakes at turn number 9. Lorenzo's getting beaten up here in the first couple of corners.
Doesn't matter what the weather conditions are, MotoGP, the opening few laps are quite incredible.
Second, Andre Dovizioso will already be starting the long one up the back straight to start the final lap. I've no idea why. I feel quite nervous here for Andre Dovizioso.
So do I. Matt, I couldn't agree with you more. You couldn't meet a more decent guy, very unassuming, and I think everybody, and he got fed up with people saying, surely you're going to be the 9th Grand Prix winner, didn't he? Every time he was in a press conference, every time he got told, well, you've got to be the 9th, you're the only one that hasn't.
Corner, has he got it on the brakes? He has. Andre Iannone then fights straight back. Is he going to run a little bit wide though? Rossi cuts the tighter line through turn number 15. They're going to be side by side coming over the line at the end of lap number 6. Great on-board shot with Rossi, but Iannone uses the grunt and top speed of that Ducati to hold firm at the front.
Classic Sepang into turn 15, and it was the grunt of the Ducati that got Iannone out of a pretty tough old situation, and Iannone has now set the fastest lap of the race, a 2:13.431. 13 laps to go here in Malaysia. It's as good as it gets on a wet track.
It really is. It's Jorge Lorenzo just struggling to run the pace of Crutchlow and Marquez in front of him. You can see Jorge Lorenzo by that top 6, but struggling to go with Crutchlow and Marquez.
The men at the front increasing the pace.
Yeah, there's nothing between the lap times at the front of the race though. Iannone at 2:13.4, Rossi at 2:13.5.
They are at turn 9, so that means there's 12.5 laps to go. Crutchlow closing up on Andre Dovizioso, that familiar style with that left leg going out to balance the LCR Honda. Rossi right on the rear wheel of Andre Iannone, very, very close indeed as they come through turn 11, coming up to 12 now. It's the left-hander, then they go right 13, 14 onto the back straight. Rossi knows he probably hasn't got any chance unless he's very, very close indeed, because he opens the throttle.
You bet he has. Andre Iannone makes Valentino Rossi pulling his right knee. Andre Iannone is not giving up this victory fight without an almighty fight. Rossi's back through. Iannone was wide at turn number 1. This is an unbelievable scrap now at the front. This is reminiscent of Marquez and Rossi 12 months ago.
Here they come into turn 3. Rossi had to put his right knee in out. He'd have got it clouted by Iannone. He took the lead. Rossi fights back. Dovizioso now in the fight. Up the hill they come. We ride with Valentino Rossi. Crutchlow has crashed out. Cal Crutchlow at turn 2 has crashed out of 5th place. No second successive Grand Prix win for the British rider. He does appear to be okay.
Yeah, it'll be pretty painful picking that LCR Honda up as well. Running out of a bit of grip with those Michelin wet tyres, or his fatigue, his fitness started to become an issue for Andrea Iannone, because Andrea Dovizioso then swoops up in a second place. Dovizioso could see Rossi trying to make a break here. He knew he had to get it through quickly on Andrea Iannone, otherwise Rossi's going to clear off into the distance.
Classic Rossi, smells victory, right, get to the front and absolutely nail it.
Marquez has crashed out of podium contention. Well, Cal Crutchlow went down on the previous lap, and now Marquez is down and out here in Malaysia.
Oh, here is the replay.
Front end washing out from under contention for the victory, but it's all over for Marquez, all over for Crutchlow as well.
7 laps to go. The crowd are sucking Valentino Rossi along. They are going absolutely crazy.
Dovizioso is looking really, really menacing in second place. He just put in the fastest lap of the race. Marquez did somehow get that Repsol Honda from underneath him. Let's have a listen.
Well, there was 5. Now there are 3. His second ever Motogp victory. You know, he's done a
Settling with this Sepang International Circuit after last year. And revenge. Oh, Iannone's down. Andrea Iannone for the 4th race this year. Grand Prix. Dovizioso, though, as we said, looks a real threat in second place. Can Andrea Dovizioso become a 9th? Oh, Iannone's down. Andrea Iannone for the 4th race this year has crashed out of a podium place. We have now got a 2-horse race battle for victory here in Sepang. Can you believe it? Crutchlow, Marquez and Iannone all down in quick succession.
Well, there were 5. Now there are 2.
Turn 9 has bitten Andrea Iannone. Down he goes, front end washing out from underneath him.
Good to see that he can pick the bike up, because obviously he's still suffering from that back injury sustained in that high-speed crash in Misano.
Well, he crashed off the podium in Qatar. Sometimes been overshadowed by teammates. And look at that. They're flying home to...
He looked cooler than last one, wasn't it? Catty.
No, he has a victory safely through turns number 11. They can barely watch. Through 13. Not unlucky this time around for Andrea Dovizioso. Guy, here he comes then. Down to the final.
To be reminded of that fact. He looked very comfortable in second place. Looking comfortable in second and getting past the master are 2 very, very different propositions.
Here's the onboard with Cal Crutchlow. Turn number 2. Front tyre says, thank you very much, I've had enough. Cal Crutchlow. Not the only one to be caught out by these conditions. Marquez was a 4 at turn number 11 when he was in a pretty looking to mount a charge towards the front. And Andrea Iannone right in the podium battle was lying 3rd when he went down.
He knows he's got to have a fair old advantage here when they come into turn 14. He's got that advantage at the moment. He has opened up a little bit because it is a rocket ship down here for the factory Ducati. Again, through the spray, you see the red light of Valentino Rossi Yamaha. So break for turn 15 when they cross the line. 5 laps to go. So another masterclass by Rossi at the front in these conditions.
Well, we know that Valentino Rossi is more than capable of winning wet race Motogp Grand Prix. Now, what about Andrea Dovizioso? Can he find a way to unlock the door to the top step of the podium again for the first time since... Rossi's wide, well wide of turn 1.
And Dovizioso for the first time leads the race. So a mistake by Valentino Rossi in the wet. Dovizioso now leads the way. Let's have a look again at the replay.
Yeah, Rossi grabbed the front brake lever, but he struggled to pull it up there. They're just running into grip issues now. The track is still full wet, but improved compared to what it was. I mean, are they just overheating the tyres? But Dovizioso now has already pulled a really significant gap from Valentino Rossi. As Rossi started to run into some pretty major grip issues here.
There is Rossi. A rare mistake up in turn 1. Dovizioso chasing that first ever victory on the Ducati, only 2nd in the Motogp class. He's never going to have a better opportunity than he's got for the next 4.5 laps.
Absolutely. Perfect assessment there, Nick. Andrea Dovizioso. Well, it's there for the taking right now because Valentino Rossi's gifted him the lead. He didn't have to do any work for it, Andrea Dovizioso. To be fair to him, he was looking pretty threatening in second place, but now he's got to the front. This is a massive test of his composure, his collectedness, his calmness. He's normally pretty calm.
I'm going to say there's one guy, okay, we said, is he aggressive enough to fight it out at the front when it really matters? But there's one guy that is cool and composed, and it is Andrea Dovizioso. Great all of India battle between Loris Paz and Hector Barbera. He will not want to be beaten by Loris Paz, I can assure you.
I remember they had a really good fight for 4th place in Brno as well, these two. Loris Paz knows what it's like to finish 4th. He's done it twice this Grand Prix career. If Hector Barbera can take his teammate, then it will be a best ever Motogp finish in his Grand Prix career for Hector Barbera. Dovizioso has got one hand on the trophy here. I don't want to do a commentator's curse on him, but he's 1.2 seconds clear of Rossi already.
It does appear that perhaps Valentino Rossi is having his problems with rival Maverick Vinales, 3rd in Japan, 3rd in Australia, not happy in the wet.
Rossi's got massive problems. Dovizioso did a 2:11.9. Rossi did a 2:14.2. Rossi's really struggling.
There's a big gap between him and Jorge Lorenzo in 3rd place. And I think he'll probably try and nurse the Yamaha home, won't he?
Dovizioso was 2.3 seconds faster than Rossi on that last time around. The Ducati team watch on anxiously. Andrea Dovizioso has got, what, 3.5 laps between himself with a victory since Donington in 2009. Can he be the 9th different winner in the MotoGP World Championship this year?
Getting a lot hotter. If you look at Rossi and Dovizioso's bike, they both have cooling ducts going to the calipers because they have both had problems before. If you compare that, for instance, with Lorenzo's bike, he doesn't have them. Dovizioso has some very big cooling discs, and I know for a fact that they are running the I think it's 333mm super bike front disc. So the braking could be one of the issues.
3.5 laps to go here in this incredible Malaysian Grand Prix at the Sepang International Circuit. And we could have the 9th Prix winner of the season at this penultimate round. Andrea Dovizioso, comfortable Valentino Rossi, I think nursing that Yamaha home now, just give it his 2nd success in the 2nd place, consolidate that 2nd place in the championship.
Lorenzo's heading for one of the most lucky Grand Prix podiums of his career in 3rd place. He's still got to stay upright when others haven't. Hector Barbera then's taken 4th spot from his teammate Loris Paz. This is a really good battle in the Vinci Ducati. Goes in barely look on. Bragging rights up for grabs at the Vinci Ducati.
It's great to see Loris Paz. He's had a wretched old time this season. A horrendous crash at the British Grand Prix Silverstone that brought out the red flag. And here he is fighting for 4th place. Dovizioso has crossed the line. We ride with him up in the turn 1.
He's through turn 2 at the start of that. Valentino Rossi, surely Andrea Dovizioso.
Dovizioso carefully brakes for turn 9 because there is 1.5 laps to go. Let's have a look at this braking from Valentino Rossi. I think he's obviously having some major problems. Here is Jorge Lorenzo. A decent 3rd place because, as Matt so rightly says, he wasn't in the fight, but when 3 of the main protagonists have fallen out from crashing, you take advantage. Hector Barbera 4th place, Loris Paz 5th, Maverick Vinales, Alvaro Bautista 9th, 8th is Jack Miller, 9th is Paul Espargaro, 10th Petrucci, 11th and 8th Espargaro. Trying to see the disc is very difficult.
Sorry, look, the brake lever was all the way down on the handlebar. That looks like brake fade.
Really? So, yeah, as you say, he had it right to the bar.
Right to the bar, exactly.
Yeah. Final corner. Turn 15, the final corner for the 30-year-old Italian. Crosses the line. His 2nd MotoGP win. The 9th winner of this incredible season.
Behind